reading the report and then coming to the conclusion of the committee, the first thing is that no new register will be compiled. Secondly, we also have to acknowledge that no CI has been laid, because we hear the public, we hear even some of our members telling the whole world that a CI has been laid, and that CI will seek to stop people from getting registered. No CI has been laid. 3, at the meeting, and even if you look at this report, we seem to acknowledge that the guarantor system has been abused. And indeed, as practitioners, even as practitioners, the thought behind the guarantor system was to acknowledge that where a prospective registrant did not have any means of identification, they could fall on their parents, their spouses, their children, close family members, to guarantee and sign a form that indeed I know this person is qualified to be registered. And that as we have moved on along the years, this system has been abused in the sense that people overnight became guarantee contractors, where they join a queue, get registered, they stand by and say that they are waiting to endorse 10 or 5 people that they know them, they should be registered. It's a worry which we must take into consideration. And indeed, if for any reason the guarantee system has been maintained, all these issues must be addressed. And in the CI that the EC wants to propose. But that is not even the issue at this stage. The various paragraphs, starting from page 3, last but one paragraph. Even at the committee level, Mr. Speaker, I will read the paragraph. It says, the committee further sought to know what has happened to the EC's biometric data that was recently collated and the voters' ID cards that were issued by the Commission for the 2020 elections. In other words, the committee wanted to know or wanted to understand why the recent voters' ID cards may not qualify to be used for the purposes of registration, but rather the NIA card. Mr. Speaker, this concern, this issue, has been answered further. But it shows that even for members of parliament, some are still carrying that opinion that the new CI is to ensure that the EC carries out new registration. That is not so. That is not so. And finding it here means that our own members have not taken the trouble to even know what is in the proposed CI. Further, Mr. Speaker, if we go to page 4, in the response of the EC, if you look at II of the report, page 4, I want to read, Mr. Speaker. It says the chairperson explained for the records that officially no CI has been presented to Parliament as is being alleged. However, as has been the convention and practice of the House, the Commission engaged the Subject Legislation Committee to solicit the inputs of the members and to enrich the draft CI as part of the processes before it is finally presented to the House. The next page. On the use of the Ghana card, the chairperson explained that indeed we used to have various forms of identity, and that even for the last registration, where we all got registered, every member here got registered. Otherwise, we couldn't have even stood as a member of parliament. We all have that registration card, the voter ID card. And for that purpose, all the rules were applied. Going forward, the EC is saying that indeed, if we cannot stop the abuse of the guarantee system, then we should rather rely on the Ghana card to be able to register. Now, I can see from the report that the committee, on page 7, was assured, in the words of the committee, in the strongest terms by the chairperson, that no new register will be compiled. This is unprecedented because we hear our colleagues saying that they will not allow the EC to lay the CI. It's a very dangerous statement for anybody to make. Does it mean that for now, any institution which wants to bring its CI to this house, if we don't agree to the CI, they will not let the CI be laid?